About a month ago, Brad and I met and kind of talked about some social media stuff. So then Ann and I met and sat down, and she kind of laid out some goals as to what we want to do for our social media and where we're going. So what I'm going to present today is content provided by Ann. I'm just delivering it. So if you've got questions, I may defer to Ann, but bring them on and let's see where we can go with here. But today I want to talk about getting more out of social media and why. So these are kind of our goals of what we want to do with our social media, is we want to grow it to our page to 100 plus followers by the end of the year. I think we can do that. And grow our average reach of posts to 500 unique individuals. Those are some pretty lofty goals, but there's 30 of us in here. I've got 500 people on my page. If everybody's got 500 people, there's several thousand people in this room. So, and then gain 2 new members to our chapter through our social media. To do this, we have to provide engaging content that people want to look at and say, hey, this is valuable. I want to be a part of that. So, we're going to focus on Facebook. And why Facebook? Because it's a wide-reaching platform that's not demographically specific. Go to Instagram, Pinterest, they're a little more demographically specific. And Facebook, everybody's on it. And so it'll allow us to reach our potential customers and our potential members. So our efforts are going to focus on Facebook. So how are your customers using Facebook? Well, they're looking for recommendations from people they trust. How many times have you seen, I'm looking for a recommendation for a financial advisor, and Brian's name gets thrown out by 5 different people? That's pretty good. So they're looking for recommendations from people they trust. They're looking for a general consensus on who is good and who is credible. So if you post something, Brad posts a picture of his work, and they say, yeah, Brad did great work, and 5 other people chime in, Brad does great work. That's pretty good. And then they also want to learn more about your work. A lot of us are in a very visual space. We need to post pictures. I post pictures of my signs. Jana posts pictures of floors. People say, oh, yeah, they do that. We can jump in and see it. So they can learn more about your work in ways that you can't just by reading something. And then how are potential members using Facebook? These are the people that we want to bring into our group. So they're using it, just like we are, to establish credibility in the marketplace by getting recommendations and by putting your work out there. They're also using it to look for new customers and new leads by either trolling other people's Facebook page and seeing what they do, or putting their work out there so people can see what they do themselves. And then scouting the competition. Has anybody else looked at your competition's Facebook page to see what they're doing? Yeah. We get ideas, we figure out what they're doing, and we use that. And then they're also looking for engaging business resources. So this is one that we don't really see Facebook too much. We see more of this on LinkedIn, but it does exist on Facebook, is looking for business resources. Here's a link that really helped me. I hope it helps you guys. And then building relationships and networking. So everyone who's into the prospecting says it takes 7 touches before somebody buys from you. Facebook is a great way to do that. You can get in touch with someone, but it really doesn't take that much. If you can get them to engage in your content some way, that's now considered one of those 7 touches. So we can use that to our advantage to keep up that relationship. So how are we going to achieve these goals that we've put up here? So first off, I want to talk about a page versus a group. So if you guys were as confused as I was, Ann had to explain this to me when we sat down together. We both have a page and a group for our BNI chapter. So the first is our Facebook page. This is visible, shareable to the public. This is where we're going to put most of our content out, is onto our Facebook page. The post can reach everyone on Facebook. All 2 billion users on Facebook can see the posts we put on our page. And then if you like it, it's shown to all of the likers' friends. So everybody who's like that, if Keith likes something on Facebook, all of his friends are going to see that. Now, in contrast to a group, it's a closed group. You have to join the group. It's only visible to the members and their friends only. The public can't search it and see it. So this should be used for chapter-specific information, not the general posts that we put out. So Ann is currently putting out about 3 types of content. The first is encouraging posts, the second is business development, and the third is chapter growth. And this is the schedule she's putting it up on. Mondays, encouraging. Tuesdays are meeting invites. Wednesdays are wanted Wednesdays. That's who we're looking for. Thursday, a business development podcast. This may be what we talk about here, and it may be something else. So if you guys have something that you think would be great to put up there, either send it to Ann and she'll put it up on Thursday, or go ahead and post it yourself. And then Fridays, the speaker spotlight. So whoever talked that day is going to get a special shout out on Facebook. So this is kind of the schedule of what's happening. And when you're posting stuff, it's important to be consistent. So being consistent on this is really a great kudos to Ann for doing that. But now, how can you guys help? This is your role, every one of you, not just Ann, not just me. But we need you to like and follow the Facebook page. There's 25 people in this room. Currently, only 22 people have liked our Facebook page. The group has 44 members. The closed group that's for the people in this room has more than our public-facing page. So go out there and look for our page and like it. If it says join, then you're not on the page, you're on the group. So, and the second thing is to interact with the posts. The more you interact with the post, the higher they're going to be rated. So you can like it. That's the basic level, level 1. You can react to it. That gets a little more content, a little more engaging from the Facebook algorithm because they're not just liking it, hey, they're actually reacting to it. Or you can comment on it. Even better, leave a comment. Like Wendy's got her nightstand she did for Brad up there. They look phenomenal. Instead of just going, hey, come here and look at this. This looks phenomenal. Type something in. It takes 30 seconds. Hey, those look great. I'd love to see them. And then leave that comment, and that's going to even increase that algorithm even further. And then share things. But I'm also going to warn you, share this judiciously. There's 30 people in this room. If you share something from everybody's posts, you're going to be overwhelmed, and the value of your individual page is going to be washed out. So my suggestion would be pick 1 or 2 things a month, maybe 3. But don't share anything more than that, because if I share every post that comes up from one of you guys, people are going to stop looking at my page because it's going to be worthless. Share things that are valuable to your audience that you're trying to reach. What? Nope, thought I heard somebody say something. But by sharing it, it increases the viewing audience by 26 times. So how I got this was because I have 570 followers. We have 22 members. 570 divided by 22 is 26 times. So if I share a page, it increases our viewing audience by 26 times. So if somebody else shares it, we've now increased it by 52 times. So partly because we've got pretty low numbers who have liked it. So share it, and it's going to increase the viewing audience. It's also going to open that audience up to different people who may never see it. So we've all got some overlapping friends, but not that many. There's 100,000 people in Lawrence. I don't know all of them. So if you share it, it's going to be seen by, odds are 90% of the people who are going to see it are not people I would not have been in contact with, or people I would not have been in contact with. So it increases the viewing audience, and it gets it shared to a totally different audience too. So share things, but again, share it judiciously. So more on your role is invite others to join. If you know someone who you think this content would be helpful for, if they're looking for people in this room, if they've come to you and said, hey, who do you know that does, that's a good thing to put out for an invite. But invite them. See what they can do. And then add content to this. Don't make Ann be the only one adding content. If you've done some really cool work, throw it up there on our page, on the group's Facebook page. Say, look what I did. It's awesome. Nobody else is going to toot your own horn for you. You have to do it yourself. But it gets seen by other people. And then business development. If you come across a good podcast, a good white paper, put it out there. Say, hey, this was really good for me. I thought you guys might enjoy it. This is where we're going to be seen as valuable to other people. by giving them something that they can use to help increase their business. Yeah, we all think the pictures we post are cool, but this is what brings us value. And then shout out to other members and people we want to be members. Help them see our page by giving them a shout out. So if I give a shout out to Mark because he did a great job with one of my clients and the client loves it, I'd say, hey, I talked to this client, he loves the work you did. He's now gets seen by this page, he gets thrown to a whole nother audience. The person who originally we were talking about, now their name pops up on that page and they might say, hey, cool, I'm going to have to check these guys out. So give shout outs, supply other content. It doesn't take a whole lot. There's 30 people in this room. If everybody does it once a month, that's 30 new posts, 30 new things every month. And then this is actually from Ann, and I really loved it. Our chapter's greatest asset is the amount of knowledge, wisdom, and experience in the room. So let's take advantage of this and let's use it. And I think that's the end. So what questions do you guys have for us or for Ann about social media and what we're going to do and how we're going to move things forward?
I have one, and I've tried. I cannot figure it out. So somebody says I'm looking for an accountant, and I try to type in Stone Creek Accounting. It doesn't highlight it. It doesn't give her information. But somehow, you guys are getting it on there where it actually sends them to my Facebook page. What am I doing? How do I type that in there to make it show that information?
Stone Creek.
Sometimes.
What do you have to tag someone?
Well, somebody said you have to put at.
Yeah, sometimes it'll pop up, most of the time if you put an at in front of what you're typing, then it'll link it properly.
Depending on where you're posting or from what account you're posting, you might need to like that page before you can tag them.
So did everybody hear that and understand? Nobody says yes, nobody says
I had
no?
a very similar question.
Okay.
That's the only reason why.
So Brad was asking about how do you tag someone. So Brad was asking about how do you tag someone in a Facebook page. So what Ann and Cameron pointed out was you put that at symbol at it in front of it and then type their name in. And if you have liked their page, it will pop up. If you haven't liked their page, it may or may not pop up. So if you know you're going to tag somebody, you might go check their Facebook page and like it first before you check their name in. But add the at symbol and like their page, and that should have their name pop up, their business name pop up, so you can plug them in and tag them directly. And if you've got clients, do it for your clients too, because they're going to see it, and they're going to love to get an extra shout out on Facebook. So Brian.
That was one of the two questions I had actually, so I've had the same issue before. And the other one was, as we're sharing items, it's like in my case, I have a personal Facebook page and a business page, which I control. So, can I share, it's best for me to share it through both if I can, right?
That is up to you, so it depends on who you're trying to reach with the share.
Yeah.
So if you see a post and you're like, oh, my business clients could really use this information, then share it from your business page.
Okay.
And the way to do that is when you're in a post, in the bottom right-hand corner of the post, there's a little icon, and it should be one of your profile pictures.
Okay.
So you can click on that, and it'll toggle between all of the accounts and pages that you manage, so that you can like from either your personal account or your business account. You can share, you can comment as whichever account you want to.
You can just Richard as well.
Yep.
But the reason I asked the question is that you mentioned share judiciously. It's through my business page, I do share it very judiciously. I mean, it's gonna be something that's business related, or if it's some shout out to somebody's room, I would do that. My personal page, I'm kind of willing to let some things, to throw more stuff out there. And more context. So is that one somewhere where I could share a little less judiciously? Just to get, that would also help more eyes.
Well, my point about sharing judiciously is we want people to value you and to keep coming back to you and not like I've got this guy that I've known forever, and he friended me on Facebook the other day, and all he does is share videos of cars and car wrecks and things like that. And I find this like unfollow because I don't want a news feed full of this stuff. I want a news feed full of valuable information.
Absolutely. I get exactly where you were
But yeah, like Ann was pointing out, know what your target audience is. So Damon has shared some stuff or put some stuff on Facebook, and I've shared it on my personal page because I think it's more valuable to the people on my personal page than to the business owners. Whereas Brad puts something up, if it's a business related thing, so where he's doing work at a business, I'll post that on my business page because I think the people I'm doing business with are going to be more interested in that than the people on my personal page. And some I've shared on both. So just be aware of who your audience is, what's your purpose for sharing that, and then send it to the audience that will find it valuable.
That's well done.
So, anyone else? Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to stop Ann or myself afterwards or bring us any questions anytime because we are always looking for ways we can improve things and improve what we're doing. And like she said, our greatest asset is our minds and our members. So bring us your ideas because we'd love to have them.